Hi everyone, it's Julie from That's So Jules. I'm so excited to have you here today with me. We have a really fun, unique convertible bag. Today we are going to be making the Catalina Crossbody Sling by Rosa. There's multiple ways to wear this. If you lengthen your strap and add your strap to your side D-rings, you can wear it as a crossbody. Or you can shorten your strap, wear it as a shoulder bag. You can also hook one of these swivel hooks to the back D-ring on either side, or throw it over your shoulder and it becomes a sling bag. Let's go over the features of this bag. On the front, there are options to do quilting. I did not do quilting because my vinyl was loud and fun enough as it was. But you definitely should check out all the quilting options that come with this pattern. She has 3 different variations and excellent instructions on how to do them. The back features a slip pocket. This is perfect for phones. The side detail is just so pretty. And this beautiful lower connector goes all across the bottom. Just gorgeous. On the top, we have a beautiful double zipper. And if we open that up, we have this beautiful interior. Now we have a slip pocket behind our zipper pocket here, as well as our 8 card slots and a slip pocket behind that. This bag is a bound bag, so we do use binding. I do go over it with you step by step. This is an intermediate bag. And I did sew mine on a domestic vintage machine, so it is domestic friendly. I do share with you the tips and tricks I do to get through it with my domestic machine. This beautiful reflective vinyl is from Soulful Therapy, and it is so soft and so stunning. I used beautiful rainbow thread on my bag as well as rainbow hardware. I got the thread and the hardware from Weft and Wart. My lining and even my bias tape I just picked up at Walmart. The Decovil Light and Decovil Heavy that I used, I got from Mary Beth Made It. I also use her rivet template in this video, as well as her custom seam ripper / stiletto. This is super handy for the binding. If you're looking for a fun, convertible, unique bag that is great for all genders, this is the one for you. So stick around and let's get started.
I like to share that vintage stream.
For vinyl, you should have your strap, your 2 zipper panels, your 2 main panels. I am not quilting mine, but there are great detailed directions in the pattern if you'd like to do so. Your lower connector piece, gusset, exterior pocket, your card slot slip pocket, as well as your zippered pocket slip, and your 2 side connectors. Your zipper panels and your gusset will have Decovil Light centered, and your lower connector and side connectors will have little pieces a 1/2 inch in on the edges. If you're quilting, you only want to fuse your Decovil Heavy to 1 panel for now. And all of your lining pieces should be fused with woven interfacing. You'll notice your card slots have a smaller interfacing piece. You'll also need some binding or bias tape. You'll want a 1/2 inch when it's folded and 2 inches when open. Need some zipper pulls, a 13-inch zipper and 8-inch zipper, 2 swivel hooks, 2 strap ends, 1 strap adjuster, 4 D-rings, and if you're doing any custom labels or anything like that, you'll need those as well as some rivets. Some other notions I've used are rivet hole punch, some scissors, you'll need some thread, and this bag it's really helpful to have a stiletto if you have one. I also use this awesome rivet template. You'll need some clips, some marking tools, and some double-sided sticky tape. We're going to start with our 2 side connectors and our lower connector by marking the center. Double-sided tape to that line, peel it off, and we're going to fold each long edge on that center line. So do that for all 3 connectors. And with your strap, after you do the same thing, the only difference is you will actually fold it a second time so that those raw edges are enclosed in the center. And clip that the full length of the strap. We'll be sewing the strap at 1/8 inch down both ends. And for all 3 of the connectors, we're going to be sewing those at 1/4 inch. Now grab your side connectors and your 2 D-rings and some double-sided tape. You want to place some tape on the wrong side, so the part that you see the raw edges, on both of these straps. Now you're going to place it on one edge and leave about 1.5 inches, 2 inches without tape on the other edge. You'll want to pay attention to which edge you put that tape on. You want the side that has the Decovil light to be the side that our D-ring is going on. And we want our folded edge to be 1 1/4 folded over. Now on your main panel, on either end, you want to measure 1 inch up, just a couple inches inward. And we're going to lay our ruler 1 1/4 inches in from both short sides. And just line up your connectors with that bottom line and lay it nicely next to the ruler and stick the tape down. Once you've done that to both sides, we're going to want to take it to the machine and sew it at 1/8 inch along the long edge, across and down the other long edge. Now, because I use a walking foot on a lot of this construction, my machine can't get quite as close to the D-rings, so I like to measure 1 inch down from each edge, and that's the line that I sew across. Now you want to add a couple rivets, one on each side. I'm just measuring 1/4 inch up from my stitch line, but depending how high up you went, just kind of eyeball where you want that rivet. Once your rivets are pressed on, we're going to now move on to our exterior pocket. So grab the exterior pocket as well as the exterior pocket lining, place those right sides together and clip in place. Sew those together at 3/8 inch. Now we want to top stitch this. I top stitched mine by flipping my exterior up towards the lining, but you can press that seam open all the way and top stitch around both the lining and the exterior if you prefer. Now with the wrong side facing up, we're going to measure 5/8 inch up from the bottom edge, and we're going to fold the lining piece down to match with our ruler and clip the sides in place. Now we will top stitch that top folded edge at 1/8 inch. Now open your pocket up, grab both long edges and fold them right sides together, clip in place, and we will be sewing that together at 3/8 inch, just that long edge, not the sides yet. After that's sewn, we want to turn it right side out. Once that pocket is top stitched, we're going to measure 1/2 inch up from your main panel, and we're going to lay that pocket nicely right along that ruler and clip the sides in place. Then we're going to sew that long bottom edge at 1/8 inch. Clip the overhang on either edge and make it align nicely with the rounded edge on your main panel. Then we can baste each edge down at 1/8 inch. To finish off our main panel, we're going to add 2 rivets. I'm going to add mine directly inwards of my strap, but you can place them through the strap again as well if you prefer. Our back panel is now complete. We can set that to the side. Now let's grab our lower connector and apply some double-sided sticky tape. We want to make sure to leave about 2 inches on both short ends. Peel that off. Slide your D-rings on both ends. We want them to fold over by 1.5 inch. Add about 1 inch of double-sided tape over those folded edges just to help it be placed down on the gusset. Peel that off. And we're going to measure 1 3/8 inch along the long edge of the gusset and just center your lower connector and stick it down. We're going to sew around this at 1/8 inch. Again, I'm going to measure 1 inch down on each short end just so I don't have to get quite as close to the D-ring, but if you can get closer, get as close as you can. And you'll want to either backstitch, or there is a beautiful method to tie off your threads in the instructions to get a clean top stitch. Add a rivet on either end. Again, I'm measuring 1/4 inch up from my stitch line, but depending where yours is, just find a good place centered for each rivet. Our gusset is now complete. We can set that to the side. Let's work on our zipper panel next. Grab both your exterior and interior zipper panels as well as your zipper. Start by clipping your zipper to the lining zipper panel with the teeth facing up and the panel right side up. We're going to baste that at 1/8 inch. Then grab your exterior zipper panel and we're going to turn that right side down, so wrong side up, and sandwich that zipper in between both of the zipper panels. Now we want to sew that at 3/8 inch. For this part, because we're getting so close to the teeth, I'm using a zipper foot. Close to the zipper, you want to be sure to put your needle down and move that zipper back out of the way. Let's pull that exterior and lining wrong sides together. So you just kind of tug on either ends. I start on each short end and clip that, and then just pull against that zipper and clip all the way around. We're going to repeat all these steps with the other side of the zipper. Now we want to top stitch and baste this. So we're going to do 1/8 inch across this zipper folded edge, as well as 1/8 inch around the raw edges, and do this on both sides. Grab your lining gusset piece, place it right side up, and your zipper panel right side up. We're going to clip both short edges together. Then grab your exterior gusset piece, make sure your D-rings are folded down. We're going to place that right side down, so wrong side up, and sandwich that zipper panel in between the two and clip in place. Sew this at 3/8 inch. I am using my walking foot again for this part, and as I go over the zipper, I'm going to back stitch over it just to give it a little added strength. Now flip both gusset pieces up, wrong sides together, and we're going to top stitch that seam down. Make sure everything is laying nicely, and we're going to sew that at 1/8 inch. Repeat all these steps for the other short edge. And to top stitch at this point, I just kind of folded the round circle out of the way, and I had no problems doing so. We want to mark our top and bottom centers. Start by clipping each seam on either end. And then just work your way down and clip a little triangle to mark the center. Do that on both ends as well as the other side. Let's work on our interior zipper pocket next. You'll need all 3 of your zippered pocket linings as well as your zippered pocket slip, which is a vinyl piece. Both your lining side pieces and your zipper, as well as any custom label if you want to add that. Start by separating your zipper into 2 pieces. Clip each zipper to each short end, teeth facing up. We're going to baste both of these on at 1/8 inch along the raw edges. Next, grab one of your zipper pocket exteriors and place that right side down, so wrong side up. We're going to sandwich the zipper in between both linings. And we're going to sew this at 3/8 inch. Again, I'm switching to my zipper foot to get close to the teeth. We're going to pull the lining pieces out, wrong sides together, and pull the zipper out, make everything lay nice and flat so that we can top stitch this in place. Top stitch that at 1/8 inch. We're going to do the same thing to the other side with our other zippered pocket exterior. Now we can attach our zipper pull. We want to fold this so that the zippered pocket lining is folded in the center and both of the zippered pocket exteriors are facing outward. And I just lay it on my table this direction, and then I'm able to attach the zipper pull. You have to first attach the zipper pull it all the way through to close the zip, and then go back and attach it. Now we're going to pull both of those two bottom edges and align those, clip in place. Smooth the pocket down, and we're going to be top stitching the top folded edge at 1/8 inch. Now place that zippered pocket on the zippered pocket slip, this final piece. We're going to baste around this entire thing at 1/8 inch. If you want to add a label on this pocket, be sure to lay that where you want it. Then grab your lining side panels. We're going to place that right sides together, clip that in place, and we're going to do that on both sides. We're going to sew these together at 3/8 inch. Fold both lining side panels open and top stitch these at 1/8 inch. Okay, our zipper panel is now complete. Now let's move on to our card slots. Grab your card slots folding guides. There should be a number 1 and a number 2. Start by drawing a line 5.5 inches in from one short side. Fold your fabric over on that line, wrong sides together, and crease it down. Grab the folding guide number 1. We're going to start by flipping our fabric the other direction and placing our number 1 guide right on that fold that we just created. Then you just grab the fabric and lay it over that guide, press it against the edge and pull the guide out, and then we're going to crease that down. Grab guide number 2, lay that on the fold you just made, and fold the fabric the other direction. As you do this, you want to make sure all of your edges are aligning nicely to keep the lines straight. We are going to repeat this back and forth with guide 1 and 2 as many times as stated in the pattern. You should be left with 4 inches at the bottom when you are complete. Once you're done folding those, take it over to your iron and press the seams down. Now that they're pressed flat, we're going to top stitch each of these card slots. So as you do so on your machine, you want to make sure you move everything else out of the way and just do that one fold at a time. And when you're done, it should be accordion-like and should all fold up together nicely. Measure 4 1/4 inches in and draw a center line. And you're going to sew down that line. Now we're going to measure 4 inches on both sides of that center line and 5 1/4 inches down, and trim accordingly. Lay the card slots on top of the card slot slip along the bottom long edge. We're going to baste that on at 1/8 inch. For the card slots, I like to start at the bottom and go up one side, and then start again on the other side, going the same direction on both sides. And that way the card slots just lay nicely. Clip your lining side panels and sew at 3/8 inch. And press those seams open, top stitch at 1/8 inch on both sides. We should have all of our pieces done now and ready to construct. Decide which lining piece you want with which exterior piece and place them together, wrong sides together. Clip those in place, and we are going to baste around both of them at 1/8 inch. And we're doing this to both sides. To attach our gusset, we're going to find those center marks that we made earlier, start by clipping those in place, and we are going to clip around the entire thing, making sure the lining is facing out and the exterior is facing on the inside. It can also be really helpful to staple instead of clip if you have a stapler. We're going to baste this around at 1/4 inch. And repeat this same process on the other side. Be sure to open that top zipper before sewing. I love to use my stiletto on this next part. It really helps with the binding. We're going to start by opening this binding up and folding it down about 1 inch. And place that folded edge at the bottom of one of your sides and clip in place. We're going to sew around this entire thing at 1/4 inch. You can use your stiletto to help that bias tape stay in place as you sew. For this main panel, I tried doing the bias tape on the panel side. On the second main panel, I tried starting on the gusset side, and it definitely was easier to start on the gusset side, as you'll see on my next panel. After you have that basted on, you want to flip the bias tape over and cover all your raw edges, and we're going to sew around that edge at 1/8 inch. We're going to repeat this on the other side, and as mentioned earlier, I'm going to start on my gusset side this time instead of the panel. I also switched my foot from my walking foot to this thin regular foot, and that also helped a lot. Just take your time on the curves and use that stiletto to help guide you, and you should make it through just fine. When you get to the edge of the binding, you just go past that folded edge and sew that closed before folding everything over. And again, once folded over, we're going to top stitch that at 1/8 inch. Okay, once that's all complete, we're going to turn the bag right side out. I found it easiest to flip these top zipper panels out first, and then I just kind of push everything through. Lastly, just attach all your strap hardware to create your crossbody strap, and your bag is complete. Comment with any questions. I'd be happy to help. Thanks so much for joining me, and hope to see you next time.